Hello, hello. This is the My Artifact episode number 4028. Today's date is April 29, 2026. It's been almost like a night at 11:41 p.m. Okay, so yesterday usually I record Artifact twice in a day. First is early morning and then at the night. Okay, yeah. But the problem is that ki from last like yesterday, during the day I was recording Artifact like during the morning, but during the night I cannot able to be record the Artifact because of so many factor are responsible for not to make me record Artifact. Okay, yeah. First of all, let me give you the statistic. I'm living in India. I am living in Wardha, Maharashtra. Maharashtra is a state, Wardha is a city. Okay. And all around the world, my hometown, this Wardha city, is one of the hottest weather, like literally hottest. Okay, yeah. Almost like a 44 degrees Celsius temperature. Like basically, this thing, my city is kind of like somebody in the top 50, which is the hottest city. And basically, if you kind of like a think that ki in out of 100, almost like a 70 cities, like out of 100 all around the world, I'm talking about all around the world, almost like a, I'm not really sure the exact number, but almost like a 70 plus cities are actually from India. Okay, yeah. So in India, the weather is like a so much hotter, like a hotter than Africa. Literally, it is that. There are so many kind of like a reason for that. Okay, like specifically in India is a kind of like a developing city, developing country, and in here right now there are everywhere are kind of like a developing. The roads are building, the construction and things and that. It added that kind of like a thing, like when there is kind of like a lot of development happened, that means so many deforestation happened. When the deforestation happened, then probably is this thing that key, the pollution happened, then pollution kind of like a absorb heat much more, and yeah, that's why it kind of like a get very hotter. Okay, it's a cycle, by the way. Yeah. So and my city is also one of them, which is kind of like one of the hottest city all around the world. We like my city is kind of like a probably in top 50. Okay, yeah, very hot. The weather are here are like extremely hot. Like today's weather, literally just like I cannot even tell you how fuck weather was that. Okay, yeah. So basically is this thing. Okay, we do have a air conditioner, but the problem is that now we do have a AC, but the like a middle class mentality like a AC is a kind of like a very costly and things and that, so we didn't really turn on the AC that much. We just have a cooler. Okay, yeah. And the and basically my room at downstairs. Okay, yeah. And like basically I can't able to do any kind of like a work because at the downstairs there is no cooler at all. Okay, yeah. The window is always open. Why? Because of that key, there is a there like a lot of onions are there. Okay, yeah, basically is this thing my father usually bought a kind of like a so many onions. So many onions means like that, like almost like a probably like a bag of onion. Okay, yeah. And that onion get smudges when it doesn't really get any kind of like a fresh, it really required fresh air to kind of like assembly that key, their shelf life is kind of like a get longer, right? So that window is always open. Okay, yeah. Which is and that and that room, that window is actually open. That room is kind of like a beside my room, and which is kind of like a lot of hot air is actually came from that window. And when that hot air came into that window, it just burned my room, like literally just like it kind of like a lot of heat kind of like somebody get inside my room, and just like everything is got hotter. I am kind of like a boiling over there. Okay, I don't really have any choice. I thought that key, let's kind of like take a laptop upstairs and kind of like do my work, but it is not possible. Okay, yeah. Why? Because of that na ki my laptop screen is damaged. Okay, yeah. It's just like the pixel is kind of like move up and down and things and that all the time. Okay, yeah. I have kind of like another monitor, and which is kind of like really helped me a lot. But if I try to kind of like somebody do this thing, like how do I supposed to kind of like took the laptop upstairs and kind of like do my work, but laptop screen is not working. I need another monitor. So what do I do? Kind of like took the another monitor with myself. It's not really possible because the another monitor is not portable. So yeah. So heat is the reason number one. Okay, yeah. Now like I'm telling you, like basically is this thing, like basically is this thing. Now the day-to-day work is kind of like a very difficult to do it. Okay, another reason is that he, I don't know how to supposed to explain. I am getting so like a getting so sleepy. I don't know. In the afternoon, my body just want me to kind of like get into the sleep. Like literally, I was kind of like doing my work, and I was so, I'm not tired, but I'm kind of like get that glimpse of sleep, and I just kind of like sleep at my chair. And I was like, what the fuck is this thing? Yeah. And I can't really focus on my work. Okay, literally, this is like, I can't focus on my work. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay. And then another thing is that heat is a kind of like a one thing. Okay, yeah. I cannot really focus. My body just want me to just kind of like a lay down and things and that and that. Okay. And yeah, like this is kind of like a stuff that just really really fuck my brain and things. I cannot really focus on my work. Okay, yeah. Like today I decided that I should supposed to execute my piece of content. I created only one content. I didn't really create another content. Like I have to be kind of like create two piece of content, but I only create once. Okay. And I haven't really touched the Android Studio, nothing really at all. Okay. Now, yeah, and during the night, yeah, why am I not recording Artifact? Okay. So during the day, it was like a very extreme weather. Literally, like basically till 5 p.m., we have almost like a 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah. And in the evening, it is also kind of like a bit hotter. Like let me tell you one thing. Right now temperature, okay, so it's been almost like a 11:50 p.m. Okay, yeah, and right now the weather is almost like a 33 degrees Celsius, which is kind of like a somewhat something good. Okay, yeah. Tomorrow would be 43 degrees Celsius. I am looking at the weather app. I'm kind of like telling you that tomorrow is a 44 degrees Celsius. Then day after tomorrow 43, Friday 41, Saturday 42, Sunday 43. Oh my god, like literally just like that. And I'm gonna tell you the timing zone. So basically right now it's almost like a 11:51 p.m. Okay, so 33, right? Then maybe kind of like a something is this thing that key like at 5 p.m. I might get almost like a 27 degrees Celsius. Okay, then sunrise actually happened, and after the sunrise, oh my god, literally just burning. Okay, yeah, like a 27, 29, 33, 35, 37, 39, 40, 42, 43. Oh boy, at 4 p.m. tomorrow, I will gonna feel like 43 degrees Celsius. And basically after the sunset, it is also still burning, like literally kind of like something so much burning, so much hot. Like literally I cannot tell you, it's like really really hot weather is here. Okay, I don't know how to supposed to explain this thing. Now sometimes na, like like a weather is a kind of like does weather is actually impact the productivity of human? I think yeah, it does. Okay, yeah. But like dude, you are not kind of like a doing work outside, na? You are kind of like a doing the work in kind of like a closed cabinet, right? So why does it kind of like affect you? Well, yeah, like that is really good, but it's not really closed cabinet. Like, okay, yeah. So basically, what exactly is this thing? Okay, what do you need to make your kind of like a make your productivity as good as possible? Like, what exactly what you want? Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, is that ki I want a room with a probably a air conditioner might be like okay, let me tell you what exactly happened today. Okay, so today I went to workout. Okay, and after the workout, my friend and me we went to the medical store. Okay, yeah. And soon as I went inside the medical store, oh my god, that air conditioners feel oh oh like basically I didn't went there to buy anything at all. No, my friend is actually buying something, but I was just like that taking that cold oh that air conditioner. Oh my god, it just felt wow. Okay, let me tell you one thing now. When I was kind of like doing my job, so at that time, the summer is also kind of like a very hot over there. Like I was kind of like working in the Nagpur city, and Nagpur is also kind of like a bit more hotter, which is actually more than hotter in Wardha. Okay, and over there, okay, during the summer, we actually kind of like stay in office like we kind of like a stay in office. Okay, like we like why is that? Because office AC is a kind of like a really good. It's just like that. Oh, that is so good. It just kind of like I don't know how to supposed to explain this thing. If you are kind of like somebody born in kind of like a sort of rich family, and you will kind of like a get AC all the time, you might not experience that kind of like a feel. Like basically is this thing na ki I never really get that much kind of like a AC experience in my life. I get it when I was kind of like doing my job, okay, but after that I haven't really get anything at all. By the way, we also have a AC, yeah, but most of the time AC is kind of like a turn off because of the middle class mentality and things and that. Like we basically think that na ki instead of AC we turn on the two cooler. Like the cost would the cost AC takes is almost like exactly as a cost of two cooler. Okay, yeah. So that's why we just don't really turn on the AC. We mostly have a kind of like a cooler. But still is this thing the feeling na like I'm gonna tell you the feeling is that he just imagine, okay, yeah, you are kind of like a somebody just like a like like you are kind of like a doing a kind of like a workout. Okay, yeah, in the evening. Okay, yeah, and then there is a kind of like a medical store. Okay, yeah, outside weather is almost like a 39 degrees Celsius. Like everything is kind of like a burning and things and that. Then there is a medical in front of you with kind of like a glass door and things and that. You went inside, and soon as you went inside, oh my god, that that feeling. Oh fuck, this is so good. It just cold, and it felt my god, like I don't know how do I supposed to explain this thing. When I went inside that medical store, oh shut up, like like I just want to just stand there and just consume the that much air conditioner feel. Oh, I never really live there. I just kind of like stay there around the door. My friend is kind of like buying something, whatever he wanted to buy. I'm just kind of like stay there and kind of like just 10 minutes for that breathing space, and that feels really good. Yeah, yeah. This is kind of whatever. Why am I kind of like telling that thing? Okay, so basically, recording artifact. Yeah, why am I not recording artifact during the night? What is actually happened yesterday, and what is actually happened? Why are you not recording artifact? Okay, so basically, is this thing the first reason I already told you is that ki weather. Okay, very extreme weather during the night. It is also very extreme weather too. Okay, yeah. Another thing. Okay, I live in kind of like a simply I live with my parents, okay, and my parents' home is a kind of like a very close to the Vihar. What's a Vihar? Vihar is a Buddhist temple, okay, yeah, and there is a kind of like a simply lot of and like a lot of like right now there's a lot of kind of like a simply the things actually happening over here. Like yesterday was kind of like a lot of competition, like a dance competition, singing competition, okay, yeah, and yeah, and all those events are actually happened is kind of like a next to my house, like literally when I like right now I'm kind of like a recording artifact. Basically beside there is a kind of like a some ground, and in that ground the lot of competition actually happen over there, okay, almost like a couple of people are kind of like a game, some people are kind of like a dancing and things and that with my loudspeaker, and they have kind of like a very big speaker and loudspeaker and things and that, okay. And because of this thing na, I cannot able to be kind of like somebody just record artifact, because it is the voice is too much that even if I turn on the TV, I cannot able to be hear my TV. Okay, so basically this is the, if I kind of like started recording artifact, I cannot able to be hear my voice when I'm kind of like saying this thing, is because it is kind of like a too much, yeah, loudspeaker and things and that. So there is no sense at all, and this is actually happened during the night, okay, yeah. Like basically this thing, I just kind of like ate my dinner, and when I try to do this thing, but this speaker is actually on, and the song and things and the religious speeches and whatnot. So probably recording artifact would be not possible too, okay, yeah. This is the second reason, okay, yeah, because I have to be wait for end this thing. And usually like usually is this thing na, the we have a rule that key till 10 p.m you can turn on the loudspeaker and things and that, but after the 10 p.m you cannot. But the problem is that this rule is only applicable for kind of like a simply that key residential things, like basically if you have wedding, then you have to allow for 10 p.m, okay, yeah. But what if there is a kind of like a simply religious event? For that religious event this rule does not really applied, okay, yeah. So that religious event will continue till the kind of like 11 p.m 12, sometimes kind of like after the midnight and things and that, okay. And they didn't and their volume is always upon okay, yeah. So basically is this thing that key, if the wedding is actually happened, the rule is for the loudspeaker for till 10 p.m, but for the religious activities, religious event, they will just continue. They that the rule doesn't really apply for the religious activity and things and that. I don't know why does they have it, but they have it, yeah. Okay, so this is the kind of like a reason number two, that I should supposed to wait for that religious event should supposed to be happen, and then after that I have to be record. And usually this actually end at maybe kind of like a 10:30 or 11 p.m, okay, yeah. This is the kind of like a reason number two, okay. And reason number three to not to record the artifact during the night is that IPL, okay, yeah. What's IPL? IPL is a tournament, by the way. Cricket tournament is actually happening. Indian Premier League. Okay, it's a cricket tournament. Okay, yeah. Bunch of kind of like a cricket to play. Cricket teams are kind of like a somebody fight, and it's very like it's very interesting to watch the IPL. Okay, I don't know why I'm not kind of like a really a cricket fan, but somehow it just like Like, let me tell you one thing, what exactly happened. Like, basically, when I came from the workout, okay, I kind of like suddenly took the shower, ate my dinner, okay, yeah, and there is a cooler on. I just kind of like on sit on my hallway and kind of like just consume that much kind of like simply that cooler air and things like that, and that it felt so good. The IPL is turned on. I cannot able to be record artifact. I don't want to kind of like simply work because still kind of like I just don't want to leave that cooler because I don't want to leave that hall. I just want to stay there, watch just IPL and just I just want to stay there and just kind of like a take just little bit of kind of like a cold air and things and that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like simply looking for like a very kind of like a simply comfortable, and I think that is not really good because like basically this is na like these are kind of like a like these are kind of like a reason I told you. I think these are the excuses. Yeah, and like basically it's this thing na ki you cannot control all those reasons. You cannot stop religious event, you cannot stop weather, you cannot stop IPL, you cannot stop anything at all. So basically these are all just excuses. Like basically it's this thing na ki there is a one thing that I realized that now if you want to become something in your life, you have to face those consequences, and sometimes those consequences that you don't really like it, but you have to do it. Okay, you have to record the artifact, you have to do your work, even if there is a so much heat or not or whatever it is. And I think that na ki yeah, these are just excuses. I shouldn't supposed to be kind of like a blame other for yeah. So yeah, so what is at least this thing, what's your game plan? Game plan is the same. Okay, yeah, I was actually thinking that na ki the window is actually open. I shouldn't supposed to be close the window because the onion will get kind of like a broken or things and that. Okay, yeah. So I was actually thinking that ki there is a wet cloth is actually kind of like a wrap up that room so that I will not gonna get that much kind of like a heat from that window. Okay, yeah. So that okay, this is a kind of like a simply solution number one. So which will kind of like a get very little less hotter. Okay, yeah. Solution number one. Solution number two, I am get kind of like a so much dizziness during the day. Okay, yeah, which is kind of like a happening. So basically when such thing actually happened, try to took the sleep, like try not to kind of like somebody avoid that thing. When you are kind of like a dizzy, when you kind of like a feel like that ki you are kind of like a somebody that's like you might not control your sleep, then took the sleep, kind of like a somebody that ki set the alarm for half an hour and kind of like a take a break. Okay, yeah, this might be kind of like a feel really good after the half an hour. Just freshen up your kind of like some things and do your work. Okay, and yeah, now regarding about the recording artifact during the night, now this religious activities will kind of like simply happen, will gonna end. Okay, yeah, because right now there are a couple of events are actually happening, and then after that, like might be today is a kind of like a last day, tomorrow might be they might have a kind of like event or not, I'm not really sure, but probably it will gonna end soon. Okay, maybe tomorrow, day after tomorrow. So yeah, and just try not to be comfortable. Okay, yeah, because yeah, heat is always been there. You cannot control things like that. Sometimes you just have to kind of like simply let go that comfortableness and just do your thing. Yeah. All right, so basically like I don't know, like today I should supposed to ask the question, but I don't know, I just wanted to kind of like tell you about the things. Okay, yeah. All right, this is it, and thank you.